Hello, I am Corax, your friendly neighborhood commentator for StarCraft. I'm here today to host a Zerg vs Zerg game against Mybeefstrong, and it's pronounced neatnoiceplz. Mybeefstrong sent this in to me from SEA, and Neat is in NA, so a little bit of a international battle going on here. They're both mid-master ranks. We've got Neat up the top here in red, and Mybeef down the bottom as blue. Reminds me of, was it Halo when they had red versus blue? It was a very awesome little series going on. But anyway, I digest. The main thing I've been looking at lately is sc2sea.com, and that's where I've actually had this replay and another couple which I'm going to be doing after this sent in to me. So I highly recommend taking a look at that if you haven't done so already. A lot of online commentary, some good forums on there, replays and the such on there as well. So definitely have a bit of a look there if you are new to StarCraft. Highly recommend that as one of the first places to have a go if you're wanting to up your skill, and or if you're wanting to have a look at some entertainment such as this. Pretty even as we go into the battle here. Supplies match pretty much evenly. I do have the production tab up here in the top left, so if you're wanting to have a look at the builds of each player, just take a look up at the production and match that with the supply that we've got up here. We've got a extractor coming out from Neat and the spawning pool. Nothing as of yet from Mybeef, so we'll see what happens there. Does a little bit of scouting with this drone, but doesn't see an early expansion or anything coming out there from Neat, so nothing overly bad to worry about, but he does put one in himself, so got a second hatchery coming down there in his natural. Excuse me while I take a drink. And just standard overlords doing a bit of scanning, just wandering around. And they really do move very slowly. Very big eyes. Massive eyes. They must be able to see a very long way, and they do in the game, especially if you place an overlord just over here. If they haven't got their expansion, you can definitely see a lot. Or even if they do have their expansion, you can put them out in this little dead zone to be able to see exactly when they are going to put down their natural expansion. So we should see a little bit of a increased, not a little actually, quite a lot of an increase to the economy from Mybeef, especially with that starting expansion there, but not much of a defense at all because of that. He has got a spawning pool up and an extractor there, and as such, with that scouting that's been done by this unit here, we've got some Zerglings coming down. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all split up, but that are going to come and harass quite possibly. Doing a little bit of scouting first. No drones there, so go straight into the main base. Only have 2 Zerglings there to defend. No, 4, I beg your pardon. So a little bit of harassment there going on, just to get your buttons clicking a little bit faster. So a little bit of a war going on at the moment. Oh, and the Queen pops out, so the Queen should easily be able to push them back. Drops them down to 2. So good work there. Finally gets his Neat's hatchery down there to the natural, so should be able to push back reasonably easily if he can, from a slight disadvantage from the Zerglings that he lost. So still has a bit of a view there, can see what's going on. We've got a couple of spine crawlers dropping down, so just to defend any like this of more Zerglings coming in. So he should be able to defend a little bit. He's putting both of his queens in there. Now he should be able to hold if he keeps them there from going up into his natural, but he will have to move them around or put them into a holding position just to prevent that. Changed, and he's bringing in banelings, so he's got himself a baneling nest. There we go, up the top. So we should see a little bit of a fight going on down the bottom here. Those spine crawlers take out a couple of a little bit of a reconnaissance, bringing up just the one baneling, trying to probably knock out. No, those spine crawlers definitely have a good reach. They come right out here, so they're going to be able to cover that entire vicinity all the way across. So Very good positioning of that. Bringing out just the one Zergling, it's a very good move, and he should be able to take out, there he does take out just the one, sends the other after it just to add some pressure onto there. So it may lose another, and Neat may lose another Baneling there because of that, but we'll see how that pans out for him. Now it does have a good expansion going up, has dropped down a spine crawler of his own, and he's getting his drones coming down now to expand there. Still don't see anything else, so that both sides, well, we've got the spawning pool and the Baneling nest, and we've got exactly the same from the opposition here down at Mybeef, so please don't take any offence to that. Very pretty much equal game at the moment, although Neat is definitely just pushing ahead there, with the supply there is 39 versus 47, so he is slowly edging ahead. Because of that first attack, Mybeef should be able to, and he does, easily push that up now, so they're back to even. Got 24 Zerglings on the way there from Mybeef, so he's going to mount a bit of an army, sends one bulk of them there off, and he's got others up here, which is changing into Banelings, but they have been spotted by Neat because of these overlords, so he knows exactly where they are. Got another one here, so has a nice little army there of Zerglings, sends in a small one, but does get attacked by Banelings there to push them back, and does have the spine crawler to worry about, so a little bit of a worry. Sends in a couple of the Banelings there just to take out a few of them, add some damage, does lose a lot because of the Banelings there by Neat. Tries to explode, and he does take them out, does a little bit of damage to that spine crawler, but I don't think enough, although he did get 3 of those Zerglings in just to give it a bit of a harass. Tries to take on the Queen, and has a Baneling there that takes them out, while in the meantime has taken on the drones, going to push them out, taken them off the mining there, poor little drones, didn't do anything to him, but nevertheless is going to attack them, going to try and take down that spine crawler, which he does do, and has another myriad of Zerglings coming in down here from his base. Does have the Zerglings there, so it's a very Zergling versus Zergling war at the moment. Having some changing into Banelings, so that should turn the tide a little bit if he can pull that off. Sends in the one Baneling there to try and do some damage, and he just keeps walking. Does take out 2 there, so that's not too bad. Takes out the natural, so that's going to be a big deficit there to Neat, losing his natural, and does a hasty retreat while leaving some Banelings there and a couple of Zerglings to try and do some damage. So overall, good effort there by Beef as a quick attack. Probably see, yep, we will see an offensive coming straight back. There's a few Zerglings there to try and take them out, and they're just going to run straight past each other. So it does take those out quite quickly. A little bit, mostly a mid game war now at the moment. So fights going on in this vicinity, and a little bit there in the middle, which is definitely given Mybeef the opportunity to not have any attacks coming into his base now. Finally has a Zergling and some Banelings, which are quickly taken out, and he destroys his own Baneling there, I think. So that was unintended, as you see Mybeef coming in and then pulling out, so he did lose that Baneling there for absolutely a little bit of a suicide bomber, really. Gonna go and take on these Baneling cocoons there to drop them down. Does see that the hatchery again is being built, and they'll easily take that down again. Does get cancelled just to reserve those minerals, so definitely something worthwhile to do if you can see that your building, especially your hatchery or your nexus, whatever you play, is being attacked. You're going to be losing that, so definitely a good way to be able to save minerals there. Because of that, Neat has dropped down again, so it's very much of a seesaw game, really, going backwards and forwards. Beef definitely does have the upper hand now, 71 against 40. Oh, no, he's popped back up, 56, 57. Taking a quick look at the units killed there, so Neat's definitely got a slight advantage to the units killed. Not much of the workers, so the workers can keep humming away quite nicely there. Always imagine the workers as they first go off singing that little hi-ho, and off to work we go. But anyway, I don't know why I get that in my head, but nevertheless. both of the overlords here just chilling out down the bottom. Has them all in a bunch. I mean, it's a unique strategy. As soon as you get air, like so, I did miss that. So we've got Mutalisks coming down the bottom here, while there's a full-on attack going up the top. So does take in a lot of the drones there, taking on the queens as well. We've got 2 hatcheries down the bottom, so we'll lose a big chunk of Neat's economy there with those drones. Definitely putting them into a defensive position along the side here, but Neat will clear that up quite quickly, although it is a bit of a loss there to Neat because of that. As you can see, his supplies are dwindling. It does have his Mutalisks here doing exactly the same thing, so Neat's doing a complete offensive there, but does have the spine crawlers there to be able to take out some action, and probably have, yes, he's got another one down the bottom here, so those spore crawlers will take out the Mutalisks quite quickly if he doesn't move them along, which he's not, and a queen, so he will lose those Mutalisks, but does do a little bit of damage there to his base. In the meantime, he's still got pressure here coming from Mybeef in his own base, and he does do a bit of a withdrawal. Still has pressure on the poor queen, which does manage to survive, run away to the corner there, and he does do a little bit of a withdrawal. He's got a couple of banelings there coming in. He takes out so defensive, much of an attack there. Takes out the Zerglings and a little bit of the new hatchery that is put down. So mainly still have a Zergling versus Baneling fight going on here, so we should see possibly a few extra units coming out. We did see the Spire be put up here, so we did have some mutas come out and do a bit of an attack, and completely the opposite again. So we've got Neat up on the attack now of the supply, so 45 versus 22, so complete opposite again. Neat now chucking out 14 or so Zerglings, so a bit of a definitely a seesaw fight going on here at the moment. Another fight going on here will clearly take his outmanned there as much as possible, so Beef on the defensive. Beautiful strategy there by Neat, so brings down his Zerglings here, so the Zerglings from Beef coming down the side, whereas Neat's bringing his down here so that he can't withdraw, so he has to send some on the side, although Neat didn't quite see these two over here, so the excuse me, Banelings are a little hidden over here, so he might lose a few more drones from that. Does have a full-on attack coming now from those Zerglings, trying to take on there. Stays down on his base for the expansion, does get up, but loses majority of them there from those Banelings. Only gets one Zergling through, so very good defense there from Beef. I think he only had a couple of Banelings there, but beautifully exploded just to take out that attack. If he had let that in, he would have been in trouble a lot. Trying to take out these spore crawlers would be a good idea, but very good play. We've got roaches coming in now, so we should see a little bit more of a battle coming on here from Beef, trying to do a big pushback, definitely down on that. Finally, for the third time now, Neat tries to get his natural out, so very long game as far as that goes. We're into the 18th minute now as far as your expansion goes, so very late time for him to be able to expand, but definitely did have a lot of pressure there from Beef with that backwards and forwards movement. So hasn't done any scouting up the top here, so if you do see a lot there, I mean, if he still doesn't see if your opponent doesn't see your expansion here because it has been attacked a lot, can always try and move them up into the corners. It is also a little bit of a risk. You've got to take this down, so if they do see that that's broken down, they're definitely going to know that you've got something up there. But it is a little bit of an added risk, but sometimes it does pay off, because if your opponent doesn't do any scouting in this region here, it can definitely pay off so that you can continue to get those minerals. Still have a little bit of harassment coming on, trying to take on the Queen, and we do get a GG from Mybeef. So very well played. Definitely a seesaw game going backwards and forwards there. So very much true to his word when he says it's a funny game, but a scrambling game. So definitely something that's entertaining. I thank you for watching my replay, for my commentary. If you do have your own replays that you'd like to submit so I can commentate on, feel free to send me an email. My email address for that is on the channel, so by all means send that down, write a bit of a description, and I'll host that for you as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you do subscribe so that I know that this is definitely a worthwhile thing for me to do. So have a great day, and thank you. Bye.